Teenager therapy, because we have problems too.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Teenage Therapy. I'm Gael.
I'm Kayla.
I'm Thomas.
I'm Isaac. I'm Mark.
And welcome back to the podcast. We are not all 18. I was about to say we're all 18 now. More than half of us are 18. Thomas is almost 18. Mark has a little bit. Enjoy your youth.
Oh, wait.
But by the time they're hearing this, he's 18.
Oh my god,
yeah.
no, you're 18. Okay, all of us besides Mark are 18. How's it feel being 18? Do you feel like an adult now?
I wouldn't know, but I hope so. I don't know. Like, it's kind of scary turning 18 because it's such like a big age. I like 17 because it's like in between. Like, you're not that young.
16 seems really young now.
Yeah, right? But 17 is like just right. Perfect age.
Yeah, I'm sure when we're 19, you know, people hate being 19.
Why?
It's like a fucking like ugly ass age.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't know that.
grow up already, bro. Like, turn 20 or something. Like, 19 is just like,
Really?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Like, you're not a kid. You're not an adult. You're just like in the middle.
You're in between.
You're in between. So you're like, grow the fuck up, right? Anyway, so with being 18 comes a couple responsibilities. Now we got to worry about taxes. Now we got to worry about credit cards. We got to worry about the doctor's office. We got to worry about mechanics. We got to worry about retirement accounts. We got to worry about our job. We got to worry about rent, about internet, about college.
Debt.
We got to worry about debt. Our credit. We got to worry about insurance. We got to worry about our groceries.
All these things
We got to worry about our phone payment plan.
Yeah. Gas.
We got to worry about gas.
The raising prices of gas.
Insurance.
Exactly.
Car
Yeah.
insurance. Health insurance.
Health insurance. We got to worry about that. We got to worry about
Our moms.
our careers, our families. We got to take care of.
Out of pocket. I know.
There's a lot to worry about, and it's kind of scary. I think the biggest part or the scariest part of growing up is learning how to make phone calls.
I agree. Yeah, I agree, Mr. Joe. I would always be scared of making phone calls.
Yeah.
Like even calling pizza.
I cried
my
one
God.
time.
Me too.
I cried so badly one
Oh
time.
my
I got
God.
in trouble. My mom was like furious because I like refused to call the pizza.
No. Dude, we're literally the same person because that would be me all the time. Like, I was known in my family because, like, I was known as the one that would just, like, was too shy to order for myself. Like, I couldn't call to make a reservation or to just order something. Like, I would literally be on the verge of tears if they made me do it. And they would get angry with me because they'd be like, well, we can't order because, you know, like, they can't speak English. So it'd be, like, so complicated. But I would just be way too nervous. It would make me feel so anxious. Now I can. I still get nervous, but it's like it's whatever.
That's a funny point that because your parents don't speak English, you gotta order for them. But you're like a fucking kid.
Yeah.
You're like, can I have the insurance plan that sets you up for 10 years?
Yeah. It's even worse when it's something that's like important and I don't know how to translate it. And then they're like, "What do you mean you don't know how to translate it?
Don't
like,
you go to school?"
Yeah, and it's just like, I'm sorry. I try my best, but
Doesn't work out. Dude, it's so funny that like getting in trouble for not being able to make a pizza order is like a common experience. I remember very specifically my mom was like, order the pizza, and I was like, no. She was like, order, and I was like, no. And she was like, order it, hurry, I have to go. And she's like, no. I was like, no, I can't do it.
like I would rather not eat.
I would rather
I
be
would
like, "That's
genuinely
okay."
rather not eat than have to order.
That's funny.
I would be like, oh wait, like I don't mind, it's okay, I just won't eat the pizza.
Exactly.
So it was scary. And that phone call, making those phone calls were the scariest thing ever. Like I remember I would start sweating right before a phone call. I'd be like dialing and I'd start sweating. And,
Take
like,
deep breaths. Butterflies. Dude, the butterflies are too common.
Yeah.
I'm like thinking about what I'm gonna say and stuff. But
For
appointments
real.
are the worst. I would imagine the whole conversation in my head just so that I could practice going through it. Yeah.
It's cute. Appointments, because you don't know how to start it off. Like
I'm asking my parents for like advice and shit because like it's actually such a big skill to have to be able to communicate with people. Remember in school, did any of you do cold calls or whatever?
no.
Oh my God. Wait, did we?
Yeah, I think we were supposed to, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, I think I did it.
You actually
I
did?
called one office.
Wait, what happened? How did it go?
They were just for reference.
They laugh at you.
For reference, imagine. I called this. It was like a doctor's office, but it was specifically meant for OBGYNs. So I was calling them so that I can like interview one of the doctors. And I was like so nervous. Nobody in my class was like really doing it, but I was like, like it won't hurt. I'm sure it'll be interesting too. Like it's a doctor. I'm sure, I can learn a lot from them. So I called them and I was so nervous. I had like written down on my notes what I was gonna say and everything. But they just said like, oh, he's not available, blah blah. And after that, I never made any other calls at all. But it wasn't as nervous as like I expected to.
At first rejection hurts though, because then you feel like you can't do it. You're just like, okay, I just give up.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm glad that I just did it at all, because I wasn't even gonna do it, but I just did it.
Yeah, the first intro, because you're like if you're making an appointment, like they're like hi, and you're like
hey,
and then you expect them to say something, but they're like, can I help you? I'm like, yeah, how are you? Good.
You just have to be very straightforward.
Yeah, you literally.
Like,
I just
even
learned.
if they don't ask you like, what's your name? Blah, blah, blah. Like you just have to say like, hey, I'm Kayla. I'm calling to make an appointment for blah blah blah.
Yeah, literally. That's here. Yeah. There's some life advice. Here's how you make an appointment. From what I've learned, is everything is very straightforward. Like if you make their job easier by just like not making small talk, just straight up like getting to it, right? Like if you're calling an appointment, you're just like, hi, I'm Gil. I am looking to get a quote on this. Could you please help me? I don't even say please. I'm looking to get a quote on this.
That's messed up, girl.
Wow.
That kindness would have made your
And
day.
thank you.
Wow.
Do you say thank you?
I just say, hi, I'm Gael. I'm looking to get a quote on this. Please. Okay.
doesn't
No,
even say
I don't
bye.
say,
He
could I
just
please
says
do
go.
it? Could I please get it? I just say like, please. I don't do like the whole
So
formal thing.
you say please.
I say please, but I don't say like, could I get a
about to
quote
get
on this
canceled just
for me,
now.
please? Oh,
Okay.
but besides that, you just get straight to it. It's just, could I get a quote on whatever it is? Yes. What's your name? And then they ask for your name.
Oh yeah.
But is that initial, like hello intro that's awkward because like you're used to saying hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Good.
How's your family?
Because you expect them to say like, can I help you? But sometimes they don't. They just like wait for you. So that's one thing you have to conquer is making phone calls. And I realized like the more phone calls you make, it gets a lot easier.
Oh yeah, for sure. When I started working at Wingstop, I had to make phone calls all the time, or I had to pick up the phone all the time to go get the orders. And at first, I was like so scared. I pushed it until like my last training day, I think, or my second day, to take the phone in orders. But like after some time, like you get really used to making the phone call orders, and then it really helps you out a lot. So when you get a job, I recommend getting a job if you have trouble with, social anxiety, because that really helped with mine.
Yeah, I realized what helped me overcome my fear of phone calls is one, the fact that I was like forced to do it, and two, I remember one time what I did is I just started cold calling like a bunch of random agencies and stuff, like a bunch of random like talent agencies, like weird, just random, literally like Hollywood agencies and whatnot. Just because I wanted to see if they would pick up and like how far I could get into it. And I remember like being really nervous when I first started, and I just kept calling them, and like I was really nervous. I was like sweating and stuff. But then afterwards, since they like kept not answering, I was like getting so tired of it that I just kept like, just the nerves go away on their own. Because you get so tired of being nervous that your body kind of gets bored of it and it decides to just not be nervous anymore. And so I stopped being nervous, and just practicing calling places that probably won't answer kind of helped me.
I have a question.
What?
What's cold calling?
Cold calling and cold emailing is when you message someone who you have never met in your life. So there's no introduction. If you ever hear the term like a warm introduction, that's like you're warmly introduced to someone, which is like someone introduced to you. So if I'm like, hey Isaac, this is that, you guys could talk, you might get along, that's a warm introduction. But if Isaac just like goes up to someone, is like, hi, I'm Isaac, nice to meet you, that would be like a cold calling, cold emailing, whatever that might be.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And something you have to learn if you're ever in business and just in whatever skill is cold calling, and the art of cold emailing specifically is very important, because you would be surprised at like the types of people that could answer your emails if you just send them out and you introduce yourself properly. You get straight to the point, It helps a lot. A life skill that's really important is emailing. And emailing is really interesting because sometimes I get a lot of emails from like people that are younger, like 13 through like 16. And the one mistake that I see is they write a lot, like paragraphs on their first email. They're like, hi, I'm here. So I have this, I have this, I have this. I would love to do it. Here's my story. Here's everything. Like they give you everything. And so if you're listening, if you want to know how to get people to respond to your emails, is be very short. It's actually interesting because the average like education level of or vocabulary of an email, a business email, is like in the 3rd grade level. So it's like you're not really using fancy words. You're not like using like fancy grammar. It's very much like periods, commas, exclamation points, and that's kind of as far as it goes. So if you want to introduce yourself to someone, you could be like, hi, I'm Gael. This is what I do. I love what you do. I'm looking to get this and this. If you're interested, please like reach out and we'll schedule a call. And that's it. So keep it short. That's like a little tip. Keep every email short, precise language. But yeah, that's my advice on that. You guys got any advice on anything? Any tips you have found?
I do when it comes to when it comes to making a phone call order. At like a fast food restaurant, just from my experience, like being from the worker point of view, I really appreciate it if the person is like slow and concise when it comes to like giving out their phone numbers. Because when they like say it so fast, like 7147, it gets like I have to like ask again, like, oh, repeat it. Can you please repeat it for me? So if they go like one by one, there's like these phone orders that I really appreciate it. They're like area code 657 and then 3 numbers at a time, like that. So when giving out your phone number, be concise. Don't rush it.
That's interesting because that's something that like I've always done, but I didn't know if like it made a difference. But whenever I give my phone number, I would be like,
Yeah.
oh, wait.
They got a guest arrest.
You guys can figure out the rest.
Yeah.
of it.
Leave it out, please. I need bleeps throughout all of that. Oopsie.
It was so funny. I was like, girl.
I realized that too. As soon as I was at that like 6th digit, I was like, wait, I probably should have
God.
finished this.
That's funny.
It's like, I feel like saying phone number super slow kind of sounds insulting sometimes though. I'm like, all right, you're slow brain. 1, 2, 3.
I just say like 3 at a time.
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Yeah.
3 at a time.
Yeah, that's really good. Really easy.
It is getting hot.
I know,
right?
right?
Gael's sweating,
I
dude.
felt
Look at
it.
him.
Yeah.
When I was talking,
One,
oh
two,
my
three.
gosh.
You're always gonna fall off.
Don't mind me, guys. Don't worry about it. I'm just turning the fan off.
They won't hear
in the
it.
background. My apologies, but it's like I'm dying.
Wait, it's not oscillating. Put it on oscillator.
Damn it!
so everybody
Hold
can-
on.
I got it, man. I'm like right here.
It's a movie
Okay.
I get off easy.
Oh,
No
that
problem.
feels so good.
Oh, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. I'm glad I didn't give out my phone number just then.
good.
You know, one time I did leak my phone number on my Instagram stories.
How?
Okay.
Yeah, I was and a follower was like, "You leaked your number." I was like, "Oops," and I took it down.
Wait, how long ago?
Like 3 months ago, because my AirPods have like my number on them, so it's like IL's
Oh.
AirPods and then my number. And I put it on my story what song I was listening to, and it said I was connected to my AirPods, so it showed the name of my AirPods,
Oh.
which was
Damn.
my number.
Oh.
So
Damn.
damn, if this was live, and I didn't realize it,
Oh
leak it
god.
I know. Yeah.
it's a classic. Okay, well that's a good tip.
I think another tip is just not procrastinating, because I think adulting is a lot of not necessarily like you don't have due dates. It's not like this needs to be done by Wednesday or whatever. No, I'm sure there is that, but it's more like big picture stuff, like, you know, getting your license, getting your permit, getting a car. It's not something that's like, if you don't do it by this day, then, you know, you get a bad grade or anything. It's
You
just,
die.
Yeah, you die. It's just things that you just have to do. Like, I know it sounds so like, I dread it. I really do dread it. I hate like having to, you know, like to schedule something. But you just have to get over it. you really just need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really not as bad as you're imagining it in your head, and it's not as nerve-wracking or just bad as you think it is. You just have to do it.
No, I agree. Speaking from experience, I like put off on getting my permit and my license
too,
for like
me
the
too.
longest time. Yeah, like I literally did not want to do it at all, and I mean I still haven't like made that much of an effort to really get it. And now I'm like, I should have started sooner. So then like I wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. But it's like I'm already going off to college, so like what's the point? And it's like, just do it.
Start
do
now.
It's
Yeah, you have time right now, then do it.
it's things that are inevitable, but you choose when you want it to happen.
That's true.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's all on your timeline.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're older, everything's like your own responsibility. No one's forcing you to do things.
Mm.
Because when you're a kid, like your parents, school, they're telling you to do certain things. But when you're older, it's just you.
Yeah.
You do what you want to do. If you don't want to get this and that, then you're going to suffer later on.
And I think it's really helpful if you just start early, because you'll save yourself so much time later on.
Yep.
What are you
Let me
looking
turn the
at?
speed down.
You good?
Okay. Yeah.
That thing's about to tip over.
Okay.
Yo. Wait, you didn't bring the little
No,
like,
I forgot it. Anyways, yeah, that's a good tip, and like it kind of an example of that is because like my car like had long been begging for me to take care of it. Like it had been fucking screaming.
That
and
thing's like
agonizing pain.
eat when it drives.
It literally even worse than that. Like people used to say they could hear it coming down the street. 'Cause it was like
Yeah, I can identify when Gael was here. You didn't have to text me. I would hear Yeah.
I know. One time Isaac came out of nowhere, and I was like, I haven't texted you yet.
I heard that.
I heard it. And so like I really needed to go to the mechanic, right, to get my car fixed, and I really could have done it like months ago because there was nothing stopping me besides the fact that I just never gave it any actual action and energy towards it. And then it's kind of funny how quickly you could get things done if you actually like set yourself to do it. Like I fixed so much in the last week. It's like it's just completely different, right? And if I would have done that like months ago, I could have been great now. So
exactly.
it's just like I was like, why do you like wait? Like this could have been good like 3-4 months ago.
I ask myself that all the time. Like at least for me, like for license and permit, I guess I was just scared. I didn't want to like fail or anything, but you just need to have trust that everything will eventually just sort itself out.
Yeah.
But moral of the story, don't procrastinate.
Exactly. That's a great tip. Another one is don't procrastinate. Okay, once you turn 18, there's kind of like a checklist that you have to go through. You usually, if you can't do it, and obviously a lot of this comes with privilege, so if like you just physically or whatever you can't do it, that's okay too. But if you have the resources to, and the only thing stopping you is you, things you need to get done would be like a bank, especially if you have a job. A job I think is always nice. A car if you could afford it, a license or a permit, a credit card, like a savings account. Those are kind of like the main things, right? I think one that's really important is a credit card. Like as soon as you turn 18, get a credit card. Obviously this isn't financial advice, but I'm sure you know that, because like why the fuck would I know about financial literature and shit? But like there's a lot of really great credit cards. Like the Discover student card is great. If you want to know about credit cards when you have like really low credit, it's especially important to find those that like don't necessarily either don't look at your credit score or allow you to open the card without like having a lot of credit. So there's a lot of different routes you can take, and you want to start building your credit now when you're young. And there's a lot of cool options. Like there's some things that are called like secured credit cards, which is like if you have a really bad credit score and you keep getting denied everywhere, what you can do is you could open a credit card where you like put $300, you like give the bank $300, and then they give you a credit card with a $300 limit on it, and you use that to build your credit. And what's good about it is that the bank doesn't really take any risk because you already gave them that deposit. So that's like one way you could build your credit. And there's a lot of myths when it comes to credit. For the most part, it's just like important to start now, because one of the biggest factors when it comes to building credit is how long you've had the credit card and how long you had that credit line open. So I'm telling you, if you're 18 and you can get a credit card, do it right now. It's literally gonna save you so much money and give you so many benefits when you're like 25, even just 23. So that's a little tip. What else is there? You guys, we don't got tips. Guys,
Those are all the adult things.
those are all the little things we managed to do so
I
far.
don't know,
Has
I
anyone
feel-
gone to the doctors?
I
and
feel like
been
we're still like figuring everything out.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's all we've
Bro, we
learned.
barely turned 18.
I'm not even 18 yet.
Sorry, yeah, that's very true. But yeah, I think
We
the
just
biggest
don't
thing
know about adult things, Tom.
you wouldn't get.
You wouldn't
You
know.
know what? I do have to admit, I feel like the reason why like I'm not ready to grow up is because I haven't been pushing myself to do these adult things. Like,
Yeah.
I only got my debit card and credit card because my mom forced me to. I didn't like went out of my way to get it. She opened the credit card for me, but I did open the debit card for myself.
Okay.
Okay, so there's that. But like the
Diggity
whole
moves.
permit and license thing, like I feel like that's
It's just
why.
not for you. It's okay. It's just not for you.
Right? I keep telling
Okay.
myself
It's not
that,
your
but
lifestyle.
It's like actually irresponsible.
You should get your driver's license though, just in case.
I know.
Just
Yeah.
for those cases
Yeah.
where
I
you
just
have to drive.
I'm just so scared of driving.
It's
I say it every time, but yeah. And like, I don't know. I feel like in a way, like my parents still take care of me a lot, like both financially and like, I guess like my just personal needs. So
Yeah.
that's why I don't feel very independent
You're just
yet.
vibing.
I'm just
I mean,
vibing.
That's
sure, you do you then. You don't even need to grow up. I guess that's another thing. Like, people think once you turn 18, you gotta grow up. And, like, yeah, we've been talking about how we're doing that, but you don't need to if you have, like, I guess the privilege to not grow up. I mean, it's not like there's anything very elusive about it. It's just kind of something we have to do.
You have the
'Cause-
rest of your life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, if you're still being taken care of, then just do your thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
You
real.
have nothing to
Yeah.
worry
I wish I
about.
was still taken care of, dude. Like I wish,
Yeah.
but you know, yeah.
You know me.
Come on, you
But
know
you,
me.
you can get your permanent license.
Yeah.
Like, I know that you can do it.
You
just
can't
tell
tell me.
you just tell yourself.
You
that
can, just
you're
like with the
limiting
calls,
yourself.
you have to do it more.
Keep driving right now.
He's baby.
Just keep
I
driving
am-
more,
I
more
am baby.
confidence. Come on.
Isaac, are you baby?
No,
I feel
I'm
like-
baby.
you're
Okay.
baby girl.
What,
I'm
you feel like
baby.
what?
Like I don't know.
Is it because you're scared of other drivers, or you're scared of?
I'm scared of other drivers. I'm scared of me driving. I'm scared that like one little mistake could like do so much. And,
So
like,
true.
Like
It's
that
true.
is just so terrifying. Like I have a lot of anxiety, especially when it comes to driving,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why like I like keep making excuses as to why I
Yeah.
haven't gotten it. But I know I eventually do need to start driving.
That's okay.
So we'll figure it out in the future.
We'll do a whole episode on the psychology of why you're scared of driving. Maybe we'll figure out.
mean,
like,
it's
and also
scary.
like I feel like nobody else really feels that way. Like
no,
I feel
everyone feels that.
No,
Literally,
yeah.
my mom learned to drive when she was like 40
okay.
My mom
because she was anxiety. She was like anxious.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I just see so many people just like straight up get their license, and it's just like okay.
I failed my first. Guys, I failed my first license test. If that comforts anyone. Yeah, so, if you failed,
That
Thanks, Al.
converted me. Okay.
thank you.
Should we give any tips for anybody that is going
Yield.
to take their driver's
It was so
test?
funny. I don't know if I told you, but like, yeah, I failed it in the first 10 seconds because I didn't yield on the first fucking turn. So,
He's
boo fucking who?
angry.
Like, what do you want me to say about it?
But you
And
passed
baby.
the second time.
I passed
Can
the
you
second time
give-
flawlessly.
Can you give a play-by-play? Like, what
So
was
I was at the
happening?
DMV, and the dude is like, "Okay, start the car," and he's like, "Drive," and I'm like driving, and this parking lot's kind of weird. Like, I don't know if I should be in this lane or in that lane, but anyway, I figure it out, and I'm making a right turn to cross traffic, and there's traffic coming from my left, and it's heading right, and I'm also heading right, so I'm making a right turn, and so I'm trying to like go, and I'm like, okay, I see the cars on my left, I'm like, okay, I have enough time to like go right, so I start going right, and the driver instructor's like, stop, and I'm like, oop. What could that be? I don't know. I really had no fucking clue. I was like, what's wrong? I have time. And like I was like, okay, I'll stop. And I was like, did I fail? And I was like, I don't think so. Okay. Anyways, and then I try to go again because I was like, okay, now for sure I have time. I try to go again. I like scoot forward a little bit more to go. And he's like, stop. And I was like, oh fuck. I was like, should I like back up? Like, and she's like, no, just stay. And I was like, okay. So I just stay. And then he's finally like, okay, go. I was like, okay, I'll go. And I was like, fucking like, I don't know. I was nervous. And eventually I just do a full loop back around after like shitty driving. Because like, one, I was nervous. And two, I was using like the wrong steering method that I have never used because I thought that's what you were supposed to do. So I was like trying to get those right turns, and it was so bad. And so I go back to the DMV, and he's like, do you know what you did wrong? I was like, no. He's like, you didn't yield across traffic. So it turns out, guys, if you're ever yielding across traffic, you have to wait till there's no cars at all. Because if a car like switches lanes, he might crash into you. So I failed that first one, but thankfully on that second one, I passed easily. So there was no problem. Now Kayla just got hers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was very nervous beforehand. I was just thinking of all the possibilities. But when I was driving, it was like, okay, it was whatever's. But when they took me to do like the curb thing, and she was like, okay, pull over to the right or whatever. I thought she was going to tell me that I failed. Because I was like, why else would she be telling me to stop? But then she was like, okay, now you're going to do the curb. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Bruh.
And so I was just doing it.
Did you not know
whatever.
about it?
No, I did. I don't know why.
Forgot.
I just like, yeah, I guess I
You start
forgot.
crying.
I failed. I was just like, oh God, she's going to say it. But no, I just did the curb thing. And overall, it was good. My lady was nice. I mean, she was cool.
It's good.
The driving instructor you get, like, it influences whether you pass or
Really?
fail a
Mine
lot.
was like mean.
I felt comfortable with her. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. She just radiated good
Nice.
vibes.
Nice. That's good.
But Gail did not have that same
yeah, no, my first one was scary. Like a villain, bro. A menace. A fucking menace. Like,
Yo, he's going to be watching this.
bad. The second one was cool. Like, he was like young. He was like cool. I was like, oh, that's cool.
What mistakes did you guys make?
I made one mistake, which was when I was doing the reverse part, I like steered off the curb a little bit. You're not supposed to do that. And then so I made, I think, like 4 mistakes or 5 mistakes total. So that was one mistake, and the rest of the mistakes were just that, like, when you stop, whether it be a stop sign or at a stoplight, there's like the sidewalk. And one of my friends told me you're supposed to be able to see like the white line in front of you. But then that's how I like did it during the test. But then when I got back to the DMV, the dude was like, no, you were too far back. Your wheels are supposed to be right behind it. You're not supposed to be able to see it. So that was like 4 mistakes.
Oh, wow. I got 6 errors. I don't remember all of them, but I know one of them was for yielding too long because Gail scarred me with his story. So I was waiting for it to be like...
Better than an automatic
like,
fail.
I was waiting for it to be mostly empty. I think I was going too slow in a residential, and like some of my turns were a little wonky.
Wonky.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I guess... I don't know if they were like too wide or...
Shook the car a little.
No. I think they're too wide. But those were the main ones I remember. I don't remember the rest.
That's fine. We're here now, though.
How about you, Mark?
I had the most mistakes out of everybody here.
But
How
you
many
passed the
mistakes?
first time, right?
Yeah, first time.
It's more than some can say.
Oh, that's not like horrible.
Yeah, but one of them was because I stopped way too close to the car apparently. When on the street, on a red light. One of them, I forgot to make like a traffic check, so I didn't like check my blind spot when I was going to the right.
Deadly.
You know what I did? Yeah, and I forgot the rest, but they're mostly like traffic checks.
Did you get a nice one, like a nice instructor? Or?
He was quiet, so
Whatever.
yeah, he was like a little on the older side, a little stern.
Driving when you're in the DMV, like, test feels weird because like it's so silent and you're not used to it. And you like even just the clicking of like the turning noise feels
Blinker?
weird. It's like
Yeah. You hear everything.
yeah, no, it's weird. Isaac, you said you wanted to get your motorcycle license first.
Yeah, I'm gonna motorcycle.
Why specifically motorcycle first before a car?
I think it's because since I'm gonna be mostly independent, it's just gonna be me, and like getting a motorcycle will be practical because it's smaller and it's
Faster.
cheaper, faster. Yeah,
Yeah, that's cute. That's cute. How much cheaper are they?
dude, like you can get a beginner one for like $2,000.
And it's like a nice one.
Yeah, I can get a
Like,
nice
relatively
one.
nice. I mean, there's not even much that goes into a motorcycle, at least in
No,
terms of
it's-
like
it's-
build.
I feel like it's a lot more.
It's a lot because it's
you
like
gotta learn about the
smaller.
clutch.
No, not the driving. I mean, like
Oh,
the
okay.
actual like appearance of it. Like a
Oh,
a
yeah.
$2,000 car and a $2,000 motorcycle could look very different. Like
It's
because
because the main thing with the motorcycle is just your engine. Usually, it's just the engine is the biggest problem with like buying used motorcycles, and then obviously the miles as anything is. But yeah, I really want to learn mechanics and stuff so I can work on it. Because imagine being able to just work on your car and motorcycle.
Exactly, dude. I was about to take like an intro to automobiles
That's
this
cool.
semester, but I had too many classes, so I couldn't take it.
Everyone should learn that. I feel like
think
that's such
so.
an important skill today.
Yeah, for the next 30 years, 20 years before like
Wow.
electric cars are.
And especially since I don't want to get scammed, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's a lot cheaper if you know how to do things yourself, especially
It
when
is.
it comes to like
Basic things.
like yeah. Like for example, like changing your oil, like you can easily get overcharged at like a mechanic place
Yeah.
when you can like easily do it yourself.
Yeah.
And it'll be like a lot cheaper,
have your dad do
faster.
Mm.
Yeah. Or have your dad do it.
Yeah.
have your brother
dad
do it.
Have your
Thanks,
fucking.
Aaron.
Yeah, that's cool. Can you get like a pretty modern? Wait, who?
No.
Kayla's brother.
Does she do your mechanic stuff?
Well, no, I don't have a car, but he knows how to do it. And
Oh wow.
he'll be the person I go to for sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
My dad
Thank you to
fixes
him.
everything, so thank you, Dad.
I know. Very lucky. So for like 2K, can you get like a pretty modern motorcycle?
If I want a more modern one, might be more expensive. I would probably just go with like I've been looking at this 2008 model and like they're like 2K.
And do they look like pretty like? Because I don't know what it. Because you know how you could tell if a car was like 2008 versus like 2020. Can you tell that in motorcycles, or is it like kind of basically the same thing except it's not
For
carbon fiber?
the more expensive the motorcycle, I feel like the bulkier it is, and like
Mhm.
wider it is,
It's like
shinier it
stripped
is.
almost, right? When
Yeah, there's
it's
like more like
cheaper.
chrome metallics. Like you could just tell from like how it looks, pretty much.
Yeah.
Usually like the slimmer ones are like a lot cheaper. So, yeah.
Motorcycle builds are so cool.
I would get like a
Yeah.
moped.
A moped. Like
That'd be nice
Vietnam.
just to ride around, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I can see Thomas on a moped. That'd be cute.
Tom
Yeah.
to buy a Fiat.
A Fiat. What the heck? A Fiat.
Oh.
Don't buy a
Why would
Fiat. Those
you-
are bad cars.
Why?
I don't know. I just know that they're bad. F
Fiat.
I-A-T.
They're like really small, boxy
They're like the
cars.
1-seater, 2-seater type.
They look like Gru
Fiat.
or like Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and
No,
Ferb.
not
Yeah.
This one?
kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Don't buy them, guys.
Don't buy Fiats.
But yeah, no, I want to learn mechanics as well. Like, I've been learning a lot recently, just fixing my own car.
That's cool.
And also when buying a car, it's important you know like what to check for. So there's a lot of really good YouTube videos about it that you could check out for that. And finding a mechanic, I mean, what I do to avoid getting like overcharged, I guess, is I just call a bunch of places beforehand and ask for the same part and see like what the prices are and like what a good average is and then what's too low and what's too high. Like to fix my AC, the mechanic that I had been going to charged me $600 and other mechanics that like I was calling said like $1,100. So big differences. Big
Yeah,
differences.
That's expensive.
I know.
Big difference.
Can your dad fix it?
You probably could.
Oh my god.
I can sneeze.
Does he do
Bless him.
we'll talk about this later.
No, he does.
Really?
Dude,
Yeah.
Tom says that is like man
Everything,
of
dude.
many
fixes
talents.
everything.
Yeah.
For real.
He's like such a
Traits.
handyman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hire him
like
to build my house in Mexico.
No, he could probably build a house.
Yeah, no, he can. Like, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Easily.
He's
Yeah,
very talented.
It's crazy.
Like a whole superhero, bro.
for real. But yeah, I guess the other thing that we wanted to touch on was like, are we ready to grow up?
I mean, I
I
don't
feel like I'm
want
being
to.
forced to grow up, dude.
Why forced?
Cause moving out,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
you are. You got what? 3 more weeks till Isaac moves out, guys. At the time of recording this,
You two guys are moving out.
you guys move
But
out on the
this-
18th.
okay,
But
it's
you're
like
still away from
not
family, though.
comparable
Yeah.
to where you're going, Isaac. Yeah, we're still away from family, but it's like more
Chill vibes.
chill vibes.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, let's go with that.
That's
But
true.
You're gonna be gone.
Because you can't visit
God,
at all. They could
God.
easily visit like every day if they wanted to.
I don't want to.
Yeah, it's like a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess you are being kind of forced to grow up. Does that make you sad though? Do you want that? Do you regret that? Do you hate the world for it?
No. Well, I chose this knowing I'd be forced to grow up. And I think I wanted it because I feel like sometimes I need to force myself to do things.
Yeah.
And I just can't do it slowly. It's not going to work.
Gotta go all in.
Yep.
All in.
All or nothing, man.
All or nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's very much true.
I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. Growing up, like I miss, being younger, and I wasn't even thinking about these things like oil changes and anything like that. And it was just nice to be ignorant, not really have to worry about these things. But at the same time, I feel like growing up, it's almost like a freeing experience where you just get to explore yourself and your independence. And of course, there's the tedious things to deal with, but I think overall, I'm going to enjoy it more than being younger.
Yeah, like I know for sure. Like I've been very nervous about moving out just because I know I'm gonna miss the life I have right now, like just how simple and like easy and just like wholesome it all really is. And
Innocent.
yeah, and then like I know, like I don't know, like it's just gonna be like a whole new thing I'm gonna have to adjust to and stuff, but it's gonna be so worth it. And I don't know, like I know it's gonna be super exciting. So yeah, I just have to remind myself that it'll like turn out better.
Yeah, I guess for me, I feel like, or I mean, just one thing in general about growing up and like I guess being an adult is that being an adult and growing up, all it really is a change in your confidence. It's like a change into how you approach situations that you've never been in before. Because you could easily tell if someone's quote unquote grown or not by how they react to like unknowns. So if you put someone in this random situation, you tell them to go do it and they're able to go figure it out, like they feel good, they feel fine. That's a pretty good indicator of like, I guess, maturity and what the kind of confidence you have. And a lot of that confidence only really comes from like life experience. And that's why a lot of like new high school grads are like still kind of like nervous about calling for a job, or like they're like nervous in interviews. And so I guess the only difference between like young and grown, I guess, is just your confidence. And for me, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's been a blur for me between being young and like being quote unquote like grown. So I don't know if I could say like I'm like looking forward to growing up. I'm looking forward to finally being able to like legally do more stuff and not like, I guess the way I see it is I feel like a little bit more free because like I could do everything myself and I don't have to rely on like my parents to like help me like sign something or get the consent or anything. Everything I want to do, I could just go out and do it. And so that kind of like independence just feels like it was something that I didn't have before I was 18, but now that I am, now I have it. I could do whatever. So I guess for me, it's just, I don't know if I really see it as like a big turning point. If anything, it's just kind of like, I guess I'm no longer being held back by things. So I guess that's it.
Yeah, like, okay, when you really think about it, we're not actually growing up all that much. Like,
at least not yet. Like,
yeah,
we're
like,
not buying houses and
exactly.
shit.
No, yeah.
I mean,
it's
bought
like
a house at 19. What are you doing?
it's like, it's a big change, but like we're still gonna be taken care of for the most part, and like we just have to worry mostly about school right now. And I feel like after we graduate, that's when like things start
Ask
ticking.
us in a few years from
Yeah,
now
exactly.
how we feel.
Yeah.
And we won't
So
be as
gradual.
optimistic.
It's very gradual. So even if you turn 18, like your life isn't going to significantly change. So
Good luck.
good luck, Charlie. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Any other thoughts from you guys, the boys? Any thoughts, boys?
Yes, Miss Parker.
Who the fuck is that?
Huh? What is
You
that?
guys don't know that? Yes, Miss Pie. See, the only boys
thank
get it.
you.
Only the boys. Yeah, boys.
The boys get it.
Nah. Okay.
Nah, no thoughts.
Okay,
here.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only on the IG.
It'd be funny to have a podcast where it's kind of like girls and gays on one side and then like straight boys on the other, and like all you ever see.
It is
No.
this
And we
podcast.
find
Yeah,
a
it is
middle
this.
ground.
No, but the thing is that like all the straight boys would do is they would just be like, so they would just cut to them and everything's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like baseball guys.
Yeah, it's just like,
Baseball guy.
oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Damn.
yeah,
Barely
for sure.
coherent.
Yeah, like barely functioning, fucking about to fall apart.
Everything's chill.
Yeah, but that's
Everything's
it.
chill.
I don't know. I guess that's like an episode that I guess was mostly just like life advice, how to do adult things.
Life advice from 18 and 17
For
year
real?
olds.
This is mainly for the younger ones.
Yeah, guys.
And even then, you should do your own research.
Okay, but we have a little bit of experience. 'cause
Yes,
we're
we
kind of
do.
forced to
Yeah.
do all these like weird adult things like contracts and
Mm-hmm.
money and financial and all that.
Yeah.
Ooh, another really helpful tip. Just a few more tips. You know what? I'll do some quick fire tips. So, eventually, if you're going to be self-employed, so if you're thinking about being an artist or whatever, make sure you keep track of all of your expenses and all your income. So get an app. There's a lot of apps. Just search up like money management, and every time you buy something, track it. Like if it's $17, if it's $1, if it's $2, you track it down. Track absolutely everything, and that's going to help you so much when you do your taxes. Like having a record of absolutely everything you've bought, every like dollar you've made, speeds everything up very quickly. And also, fun fact, when you're self-employed, you got to do your taxes quarterly. So it's not once a year. It's actually, you do it quarterly. So that's another thing to keep an eye out. If you don't do your taxes on time, I think you might get charged a fee, like per month. I think it's like 5% per month. That's late. So make sure you do them ASAP if you haven't done them already. Obviously, this isn't financial advice. I don't know shit, but it's just some great advice. What else is there? Life tips that we've learned. Email people. A lot of the jobs you'll get will be through networking. So introduce yourself, especially if you have like an interesting story or some sort of cool skill. It makes you a lot more likely to get a response because interesting people get interesting responses. So make yourself interesting. Cold message, cold email a lot of people. Master that art, and you'll probably find a lot more jobs because it's not really much about applying. It's about knowing the right people and having them help you up with recommendations and stuff. So LinkedIn is really helpful for that. Also, finding emails, you could use like Rocket Reach, which does a lot of that. The rest you're gonna have to pay for my course, which is gonna be $19.99. Life
Per
advice
month.
from a teen per month.
Yeah.
Per month, and there's
That's
only 2 tips
exclusive.
per month. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. Any other thoughts?
Just be confident.
Be confident. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence. Fake your confidence, even if you don't know what you're doing.
Honestly, that is so true. It's honestly helped me so much.
No.
But you know, even if you don't feel confident, just pretend that you do, and eventually you'll feel it. And you know what? Most people can't even tell the difference. So
Yeah. Be a little conceited. Like, understand how to be humble, but also when to be conceited. Because if you're not conceited at times, you'll get like looked over.
pushed over.
Yeah, you'll get pushed over. So you got to be conceited and be like, no, like I'm like incredible, best thing you've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And so
For
people
sure.
are like,
Okay,
wow,
word.
he must be really good. But yeah, thank you for listening. Any other thoughts, boys?
No.
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 Just have fun.
Yeah, just
Have
I don't
fun
know,
with
chill
it.
with it.
Yeah. Have fun growing up.
Yeah.
Don't make it
Honestly,
seem
no,
like a
honestly,
chore.
yeah, just have fun. Do the things you enjoy. I feel like when you grow up, you do have like a lot of freedom. Yeah. And then you can use all of that to explore yourself. Find the things that you want to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been doing.
Yes. And try to go to therapy if you can, if you have the privilege for it. Because most of
Mhm.
us don't. But if
Yeah.
you do, go do it just for fun. See what happens. Anyways, thank you for listening. Go follow us on Instagram at Teenager Therapy, Twitter at Teenager Therapy, everywhere at Teenager Therapy. And give us your best life tip in the comments. What is your best life hack? Anyways, thank you for listening. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.